Here's a view of the roll bar sitting in the bed of the truck. Next step on it right now, we're going to go ahead and wire in all them lights. Get them all working. As you can see, the bed line is all cured and hardened up. And everything's starting to come together. So, how did Fritzy's Rebel Garage get those high-mounted stop-turn lights onto the roll bar? It's actually not that difficult when you sit back and think about it. So the lights up there, they are spliced together, 2 per side. The wires for the right and the wires for the left that come out on the driver's side of the roll bar go down, go through the bed wall there, and then they come down each side of the bed underneath to the back. Green wire comes over here, splices into my stop turn bulb on the right side, and then the yellow wire does the same thing and comes out over here and splices into the stop turn on the left side. And those follow standard trailer wiring colors of green being the right side for stop turn and yellow being left side for stop turn. And then they come out there and they go up. So now every time one of my stop turn lights comes on, either the passenger side or the driver's side, the corresponding light up there comes on. Currently I have the 4 ways going just to show how it works. And that's about it. So here is an up close on the lights. If you look over here, you can see these 2 red wires going over here. That's the 2 positives for each bulb. They come together with a insulated crimp splice right there to the green wire. So these splices I like. It's a crimp-on splice connection, and it's got the insulation with the glue in it. So you heat it up with a little mini torch afterwards, and it heat shrinks down around it. And same thing's going on here. 2 reds going to the yellow wire, same type of splice. They're going down, and they go in there. And also I have 2 blacks, which are the grounds, come over here. I got a ground wire for the passenger half of the light bar, ground wire for the driver's half of the light bar, and then a ground wire for the 4 big lamps on the light bar. But yeah, the ground wires go down there. And as I said, they just follow the bed to the back here, where I put the same style of crimp with heat shrink, only this one is a blue reducing down to a red. I still have to heat shrink those, so I'll show you how to heat shrink these, but you crimp them on with an electrical crimper. And this is the wire for my stop turn bulb on the driver's side. Alright, this is a little tricky to do one-handed, but this is my heat shrink tubing tool, little butane soldering iron, and as you can see, as the heat touches it, it just causes it to shrink, melt the glue, and release it. There it goes. You gotta be careful. Just try to stay moving as best you can, because if you sit in one place, you will burn it. You can kind of see it crinkling and popping down there. Just a little too slow. But that is how you do that. Now what you want to look for on the end is a little bit of glue oozing out in the end. That'll tell you that you got it fully sealed. And here we'll have the payoff. We'll start with hazards. These guys are 4 ways all blinking. And we shut the hazards off, and you can see I also have brake lights. They don't blink in accordance with right and left on the truck. And there you go. High mount, stop, turn lights. You typically will see this style of light on headache racks of work trucks. But I have been given a hard time here and there about third brake light on this truck being blocked by the roll bar. So I figured putting these up here should help me stay out of trouble a little better with the truck. Alright, here we have all the wiring for the light bar is now roughed in. As you can see, the LED pods now work. Still got to get the wires in the cab. Got to run to my floor mat up to the switches for the 4 main off-road lights to work. But everything out here is now roughed in. I used these crimp connectors with the heat shrink insulation on them already. So you just crimp the wires together, shrink them down with a heat source, and that's how those, and they make you splice. You want to make sure, see if you can see it, you got to make sure that a little bit of the glue that's in here, when it melts, oozes out the ends. That'll make sure that's all around the wire and gives you a good connection. But yeah, so all my wires are roughed in. Next on this, I'm going to start looming it all up with electrical loom that I have over here. So we're going to put this around the wires to protect it from abrasion as well as the sun's rays. And that's the next step for the roll bar in good old Maryanne.